Another plan is to do some alternates in the north when I reach the Wind River Range in Wyoming. I want to go more through the mountains. I think that's called the Wind River High Route.
I had finally reached the start of my most anticipated section on the CDT, the Wind River Range. For the most part, the red line avoids the main crest of the mountains, which I found a bit disappointing. I decided to go off script here and follow the Wind River High route instead. This route would take me deeper into the mountains at the northeastern end of the range, offering more passes, summits and glaciers while staying off the trails for more than half of the way. From Lander, I would hike up Sinks Canyon and over the summit of Wind River Peak. From there, I could reach the Cirque of the Towers and later follow the easier southern part of the high route, along crystal clear lakes and remote valleys, all the way up to Knife Point Glacier. Here I would get a first opportunity to bail out to Knapsack Col and back to the red line if it looked like I was running out of food. But I rather wanted to stay in the mountains and cross Blaurock Pass, summit Sunbeam Peak and take a look at Gannett Glacier. My last summit in the winds would be Downs Peak, after which I would descend towards Green River Lake for a brief reunion with the CDT, only to turn west shortly after to enter the Gros Ventre Wilderness. This mountain range would be the final hurdle between me and my next resupply point in Jackson. For all of this, I estimated I had to load 14 days worth of food into my pack. I enjoyed a zero in Lander, which I used to collect my hernia truss from the post office and buy a new pair of shoes.
So these are just my food bags. Usually I only have these 3, but now I have 2 extra. Good news is that my new shoes are much better to my feet. Like, they are not as narrow. I have the Ultras now. They are not as narrow in the toe box. If I'm lucky, I won't get as many blister problems in them. That would be really good. In case they don't, I've got a new bottle of ibuprofens, so I can drug up and hero through on painkillers. Then I will pack all my stuff and then it's time to leave the comforts of the town. Okay, my friends, this backpack is insane. What have I done? Beginning. Fuck my life. Okay, let's go.
On my way out of town, I wanted to say goodbye to Coyote, Green Pea and Sky, who had camped in a park. I did not know it yet, but this would turn out to be our last encounter on the CDT.
Hit it, Coyote! You can do it!
My God, this is not twice the weight as ours. It's 3 times or 4 times.
Okay, that. Goodbye. Have a nice trip.
So now it's time to get a hitch up Sinks Canyon and then make my way up into the Wind River Range. Maybe the most adventurous section yet. Look at this. By the way, I'm now on this. I'm off the Cirque of the Towers ordinate of the CDT, heading out to Pyramid Lake. There the trails will end and the off-country, cross-country section will start.
Firefly, I light this cigarette in your honor and in memory of the Grand Lake trail magic. I have 2 more cigarettes. And then next pack will be bought at Waterton. So God will. I slept in a bit today. Instead of getting up at 5, I waited till 6:20.
Überm Silbersee Feuerglut, wärmt den kalten Tee, Kiefernwald in der Nacht und noch ist der neue Tag nicht erwacht. Kiefernwald in der Nacht und noch ist der neue Tag nicht erwacht. Sterne, Sterne stehen hoch am Firmament, solche Nacht findet nie ein End. Dieser ist Land, wild und schön, und wir dürfen seine Herrlichkeit sehen. Dieser ist Land, wild und schön, und wir dürfen seine Herrlichkeit sehen. Fels, Moos und Heidekraut, weit entfernt, Gras schimmert unterm Morgentau. Fahne weht, weiß und blau, das Gras schimmert unterm Morgentau.
Hey, good morning. So you're gonna start low, and you're gonna find like a little shelf that angles up.
At the
But
lake.
it's like at the lake, man.
Yeah.
You're like 30 feet above the lake,
Okay.
and you're gonna go through there.
Okay.
And it's kind of a little bit sketchy, but it's fine if you take your time. You got it, man. Have fun, dude. Have fun. Be safe.
That wasn't too bad. More annoying.
When I reached Knife Point Glacier, it looked like I had enough food and I could stick to my original plan. So I decided to not cross over Indian Pass into the Titcoombe Basin, but rather stay on the east side of the mountains.
Try the left. Somewhere going through here. They survived. Maybe survived.
Hey, Sunbeam, motherfucking peak. I've looked a bit at the map and the time, and now
I'm getting cold feet that I will not be able to finish if I do Grand Teton. So seriously considering going to Du-Bois instead. Don't want to make a final decision yet. And I'm pretty sure I will do the Big Sky cutoff anyways. Man, I really want to reach the finish line after all this suffering and pain. I think I'm a bit lonely here on the trail. That's maybe why I'm considering not doing Teton, because that will put me out of reach of everybody I know. It's a lonely trail, I can tell you that. Now, let's go to sleep. Things will look different tomorrow. I made up my mind concerning not doing Teton. And now I decided I will do it because I planned it for that long. I carried all the food. If I go to Du-Bois with 3 days of food left, it will be a shame, right? So here's the plan. To avoid not making it to Canada, I will now walk all normal like planned. Jackson, Teton Crest, and then West Yellowstone. And in West Yellowstone I will look at the numbers, and if they say I will not make it, then I will probably hitch up to the north as far as I have to make it. The best view so far from any mountain on the trail. You can see everything. The whole Wind River Range, Teton, to the north, to the east, for miles around.
It's a mystery to me. We have agreed, which we have agreed. You think you have to want more than you need. Until you have it all, you won't be free. Society, you're a crazy breed. Hope you're not lonely without me. When you want more than you have, you think you need. And when you think more than you want, your thoughts begin to bleed. I think I need to find a bigger place. 'Cause when you have more than you think, need more space. Society, you're a crazy breed. I hope you're not lonely without me. Society, crazy indeed. I hope you're not lonely without me. There's those thinking more or less is more. But if less is more, how you keeping score? It means for every point you make, your level drops. Kinda like you're starting from the top. You can't do that. Society, you're a crazy breed. I hope you're not lonely without me. Society, crazy indeed. I hope you're not lonely without me. Society, have mercy on me. I hope you're not angry if I disagree. Society, crazy indeed. I hope you're not lonely without me.
I have to cut rations throughout the day. This is trail mix for one day. Now I'm starting to get hungry. I'm coming to the end of my reserves here. Just started to charge stuff with my last power bank. Oh man. And it's only day 10 today. That was to do 3.5 more days or so. I thought it was day 11. I will be so happy when I reach Jackson. Oh, man.
It looks sketchy, but I think that's doable.
I'm doing it professionally.
It was here in the Gros Ventre that I met my first and last southbound CDT hikers.
Good morning. Are you hiking the CDT?
Yeah.
Yeah, have a good
You
hike.
go to the hot springs?
Yeah, they are awesome. Yeah,
Did you do the hippie dip or did you do
the hippie one. I
in
didn't
the
know.
river?
Yeah, I didn't know the others existed, so I got there
nice.
later. Yeah, have fun and enjoy it. Yeah. You must be the other CDT hiker, right?
Yeah, I think there's one more behind me too. Yeah.
I have a few questions, like when you,
Oh yeah?
how busy was the Tetons?
Super busy.
Super busy. Okay.
Very, very, very busy. Yeah. Tetons are fun. You're gonna love them.
Yeah.
They're beautiful. I mean, this is beautiful too.
Yeah, the winds are nice.
There's like that debate, you know, like what's better, the Tetons or the winds kind of thing. This is all great.
Yeah.
It's all so good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any good wildlife sightings for you?
But no, like no bears or anything like that.
Well, we saw 3 bears.
3 bears, okay.
So one of the Tetons, it was just like a cub bear.
Okay.
So one in Yellowstone, big grizzly bear.
Was it close or?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
It was probably like me to this rock.
Wow. Okay.
And I didn't see it because I was looking on my map to see like where the next water source, and all of a sudden I just hear this whop 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 on the trail. And
It
this
ran
big-
away?
This
Right.
big dust cloud. I look down and there's just this big grizzly bear booty like hauling up trail. They're fast. They're super fast. It like blew my mind. I was like,
If that's going the
came
other
this
way, yeah.
I'd be dead. I would have been in bad shape. Real bad shape. I would have had no chance.
She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes. She'll be driving 6 white horses. She'll be driving 6 white horses. She'll be driving 6 white horses when she comes. Oh, we'll all go out and meet her when she comes. Oh, we'll all go out to meet her when she comes. Oh, we'll all go out to meet her. We'll all go out to meet her, and we'll all go out to meet her when she comes. And we'll all have chicken and dumplings when she comes. And we'll all have chicken and dumplings when she comes. Yes, we'll all have chicken and dumplings. We will all have chicken and dumplings.
After 13 days in the mountains, I reached Jackson, the town of billionaires. By now, I was really looking forward to a warm shower and a large hotel bed. I also needed to replace my sleeping pad, which had started to balloon on me. However, when I looked at the hotel prices, my jaws dropped. But that is a story for the next episode.
She'll be wearing red pajamas. She'll be wearing red pajamas. She'll be wearing red pajamas when she comes. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes. Coming around the mountain when she comes. Coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain. She'll be coming around the mountain when she comes.